We will start with questions on Zoom. If you have a question,
Recording in progress.
please raise your hand. And John, you can kick it off.
Thank you. Laura, you played Chicago already this year. Do you feel like there may be things you can take away from that match that you can do better, some adjustments you can make? And having already played them, playing them again so soon, is there any difference if you say played them later in the season?
Yeah, I mean, playing a team twice so early in the season is wild to me, to be honest. I'm not sure how the algorithm works to create a schedule, but yeah, I feel like you should play pretty much everybody before you play everybody else, but it tends to not be the way. So yeah, I think you can take a lot from playing a team so close together. I think there's things that we can take away from that game that I think actually we've tried to do in the last two games that we've played. We didn't create enough opportunities against Chicago to win it. I didn't think we allowed them to create too many opportunities either. So I think what we've done in the last two games is created more, especially in the last game. And we defensively talked about being more solid against San Diego, which I think that we were. And then we're just trying to find that balance right now. I think, how do you find the balance between creating and scoring and not conceding? And I think that's our big takeaways going into tomorrow.
Thank you, John. Bella, you can go ahead.
Hey Laura, thanks for the time today. Just a couple questions. I know obviously you want to win every game, but it's been sort of a stretch of not ideal results. Is there any sort of feeling or focus on this game being really important to get a result or get a point, or any sort of extra motivation, or are you kind of trying to approach it like every other game?
Honestly, every other game. I don't think our mentality shifts and changes no matter what the results are behind us. I think that's what makes teams successful, is the most important game is the one you're about to play. And yeah, getting a result is obviously huge for us, but I think on top of that, it's increasing our level of performance at this stage of the season is what we're really focused on. And I've said this forever, if you do that and you get your performance levels right on both sides of the ball and in all aspects of the game, you have a better chance of getting results. You may get results across the board at times if your performance levels aren't low, but if you want consistency, you have to focus on the performance level first, and then results tend to take care of themselves as you go on. So I think we've been slightly unlucky with some of our results so far, but I think we all believe that we have a little bit more in us performance-wise. So I think focusing on that has always been our main topic.
And then a somewhat unrelated question. Bethany's been really vocal lately about, not just lately, but created her new brand recently to sort of help shed light on athlete mental health. I'm wondering, sort of a two-parter, if you feel like there has been any change within the team or anything that sort of Bethany's focus on that has helped with the team, and then just sort of your experience as a coach, how important you feel like that is, just going beyond physical health and making sure athletes have mental health support.
Yeah, I think as a club we've done a good job of that, to be honest. Ever since I've come back, there's been support mechanisms in place for athletes to be able to access needs around sports psychology, mental health provision, which I think enables players like Boats to feel safe enough to voice that publicly. I feel like for a lot of athletes, they may have the support or may not have the support. But I think one of the pieces why we don't talk about it as much is people don't feel too safe to say it out loud. And I think that's a credit to the environment that this club's created, is that not only do players feel like they have that support mechanism around them, whether it's within the club or they've got external support. But I think they also feel safe enough that they can voice if they are struggling or how they're feeling and what that means to them. And we have pretty open conversations individually and collectively about that stuff. So I think that does it help our athletes? I think yes. Do I think it probably is a wider I think is Boats trying to impact the wider community? I think so, and I'm sure she's doing that.
Thank
you.
Bella. And then Susie.
Laura, good morning. I just wanted to ask, we obviously saw Claudia come off and Jordan was injured last week, just how the squad is feeling overall heading into this weekend.
Yeah, we have no new injury updates outside of those two. We've actually signed a goalkeeper replacement player for Claudia because she won't be available this weekend. We don't really have a long timeline on her, but it was definitely something that we needed to solve in the short term. And both of them are working back from their injuries, but not available this weekend.
And I just wanted to say congrats on becoming an American citizen.
Thanks.
How difficult was that test, or did you breeze through it?
I'm gonna say I breezed through it, but I will give credit to my support mechanisms, because my partner Scott especially were really helpful in helping me practice for the test. It's not that easy to do, but if you can memorize it, it helps. And in fairness, the team sort of got involved too and started to help me out. So I will say I got 90% out of the test. So I only got one. I only got one wrong out of 7. So not bad.
Thanks, Susie. And then Steven.
Laura, I wanted to ask about, this is the first time in a month you guys are going to be back at Lumen Field. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about kind of the importance of turning around the season now and getting some points now that you're back at home and kind of playing in front of a home crowd again.
Yeah, obviously our home form has always been something that we're very proud of, appreciative of. I think it's the stalwart of what makes a season for you as a team. So being back at Lumen's exciting. We haven't been there for over a month. We have one more little road trip out east next week, and then we're at home for quite a while, which is nice. So yeah, we're excited to get back in front of our fans and put on a show tomorrow. And I think, I look around the league and what's happening, and I think one thing with us is going to be exciting. It's going to be nail biting normally, unfortunately for the fans, but I think we'll put on a show tomorrow, and hopefully we can get a positive result.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steven. All right, thanks, everyone. Thanks, Laura.